Saltface. So thanks again, Saltface.
It's always a pleasure, man.
So we'll get right into it here. So first question I have for you: when did you start going to tournaments or playing competitively?
I would say my very first tournament was actually in 2010, and I actually entered Super Street Fighter 4 for my first tournament, ironically.
Really?
Funny, funny enough, I went like 0 and 2 at that tournament. I did absolutely horrible.
That tends to happen, I guess. You know, the first tournament, you get the jitters and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me. I got like beat so bad.
is that like your first fighting game that you played, a Street Fighter? Or?
I actually played fighting games for a very long time growing up, but just Street Fighter 4 was the first one I ever took competitively.
Okay, gotcha. And
Gotcha.
you play Jury or I don't know. You got a picture of Cammy here, so I don't know what's going on.
Actually played a multitude of characters, but like here's the weird thing with me. The characters I could usually play, I always just play who I like. But here's how I say Jerry I really like, but Cammy fits my play style, how I actually like to play.
Ah, that makes sense. That's sometimes you have a little bit more success with somebody that fits how you play, other than just a character that you like.
Yeah.
I play Jerry as well in Street Fighter, but I don't really play Street Fighter that much. I'll throw it in like once every couple months, and I'll get my ass beat, and then I'll remind myself why I don't play it. So what made you want to go to Injustice or NRS games? Did you play Mortal Kombat at all, or did you just start with Injustice?
Competitively, I actually started with Injustice, but funny enough, my very first fighting game as a kid, ironically, was actually the very first Mortal Kombat.
Oh wow. Did you play it at home, like on console, or did you play it in the arcades, or?
I played at home like on console pretty much, just just for fun. You could kind of say I was always considered like here's a funny word, like way to put it, like the neighborhood champion, so to speak, when I
Oh,
was growing
okay.
up.
I'll have everyone over at your house and just beat everyone up and send them home salty, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I always used to do.
That's awesome. So,
And what I was gonna say is Injustice, how I ended up picking that up. See, at my GameStop, they actually know who I am. They know I play fighting games a lot. And when Injustice was about to come out, they kept, trying to, sell a game to me, basically. Kept saying I should try this game, I should try this game, I might like it, I should try it. Until eventually I was like, fine, I'll buy the game. Jeez.
just pushed into it, eh?
Yeah.
That's funny. Like when you went, have you? I know you've been to tons of majors for
For
Injustice. Did
Injustice.
you travel for any tournaments before, or did you just do locals?
I did a lot of locals. I actually traveled a few times for actually Street Fighter 4 and Soul Calibur 5.
Oh, Soul Calibur, yeah, that was an awesome game. I like that game.
I'm sure you can take a guess who I already played in that game, right?
I'm assuming it's a woman of some sort.
Yes.
I can't guess though. Who do you play at Soul Calibur? Is it Pyrrha?
No, Tira with the ring
Tira?
balloon.
Oh, wow, so close. Yeah, the clowns. You like the clowns, eh?
Yeah, I was like her play style. It really intrigued me when I first saw it. Like I was mesmerized by it.
Yeah, yeah. That was a pretty fun game. So like, what brought you to Harley? Did you try out a couple characters first and then kind of settle on Harley Quinn, or did you just know from the beginning that's who you're going to use? Or
I knew from the beginning. Like even when I heard Harley was in the game, and Harley, funny enough, she's my favorite DC character.
oh, there you
And
go.
I was just like, I'm gonna when this game comes out, I was like, I'm gonna play her no matter what.
Make it work.
Yeah, because funny enough, like I said, my play style, what I actually am really good at doing, I'm actually a momentum based player. I actually play heavy rushdown. You know, that's what I'm accustomed to doing.
Right.
Like zoning is not my forte, believe it or not.
You certainly make it look like it when you play her. That's for sure.
And like I said, I'm one of those guys. Like I said, I play who I like, and I always try to make it work. I found a way to make it work.
Well, yeah, you definitely had some great success with her. You got top eight at was it CEO your first top eight with Harley or?
Yeah, CEO 2013 was my very first major for Injustice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, I remember you there because there were two Harleys in top eight, I think, if I
It
remember
was
correctly.
it was myself and it was Deg.
Oh yeah, that's right. He played Harley before he played Zatanna.
But the thing was, like, see, here's the thing. He played Scorpion for most of his main marquee matches that he won. Like, he
Oh,
actually beat KDZ and Rico Suave to make that top eight, but he played Scorpion against those guys.
I
I went,
remember that tournament. Oh man.
I went all the way Harley in that tournament.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you were the true Harley of that tournament then.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. They were just like, Saltface is the true Harley Quinn.
You are, man. I think you're the only one I've seen get top eight with just Harley. I know recently I saw you using Doomsday in some matchups. I don't know if that's like a matchup specific thing or if that's just something you wanted to try out or.
It was kind of something on a combination of something I wanted to try out and a little matchup specific. Because there are some matchups with Harley, and this is the problem with Harley Quinn. Like, I know you got to go into question about her matchups, but I guess we'll get into that later. But I got a lot to tell you about that.
Well, I was actually just gonna go right into it, cause so like, okay, let's start with like her best matchups. What do you think is her most favorable matchup of her, the whole cast? Like, what do you think is just easiest to play?
Easiest matchup, I would have to say, is like Shazam would be my best matchup.
Shazam, that's
Yeah.
random. What makes that one so good?
Well, he gets he gets zoned out pretty bad. Then obviously you know how people punish like dash forwards in this game, right?
Yep.
His dash forward is active for a very long time, so it's like so easy to punish that. I could just like back two him on reaction, and he loses like 40%, gets knocked full screen, and I can just keep zoning him more and more and more.
Oh jeez. His
But here's the
teleport isn't very useful in that matchup, or?
now if you space certain things correctly, you can actually punish him for even trying to use that.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I was gonna say is that here's the funny part with Harley though. Even with her good matchups, the way that character is, even her good matchups, she loses control of it. She can lose the game. Very actually.
Hmm. Interesting. So like she has to make sure that she's playing her game the whole time in order to kind of stay in the game.
I
Exactly.
got you.
Like
I
Harley,
agree with playing to win. He just came over and said, talk about why this game should be 3 out of 5 at every tournament. It moves pretty fast. Tekken is 3 out of 5 in top 8. That's very slow. But this one goes by really quickly.
It lets you, and considering how much stages play in this game, you
Right.
get options for stage changes.
It's like,
Very
why not?
matchup-based game, so counter picks.
Oh, they're
We're
into
into the match, and that was an instant down one tantrum. Oh, into the reset. Oh my goodness.
It really shows who's the better player. Because if you're up 2-0, you can come back 3-0. You deserve to lose. Jim.
We're going to just
really
talk to
good
Harold about
defense
changing
on
his
his
combo to
block
get with that
is
Or
timing.
changing his name to something cool.
Hold on. Now, that's a big
Her-
adjustment
the
from
main
yesterday.
overhead
As you
Harley
pointed
player
out, these guys
goes
played
to
yesterday. That's
Right.
how Harold got into
gunshot
top 8
in the
and
air,
winners.
'cause that's an overhead.
However, Saltface was making hay when Flash would knock him down and go for a crossover jump attack on knockdown. Saltface would silly slide out and cancel into tantrum, which would come back and blow it up. This time, Harold did a different jump attack and blocked it and did not get blown up for doing it. That is a big adjustment from
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's kind of height dependent. Like the lower you can do
I
it to
totally
the
agree
ground,
with you.
the
They just
faster
clashed
you
right now.
recover from it, and the
Thank
mutable
you for
version
agreeing.
recovers.
Oh, empty
I was
jump
into the
into
match, man.
down one. Oh, my goodness.
Now, Harley has the meter advantage, but she is down a lot. That is a trade combo. She used her clash. Oh,
This
reset.
pressure.
The 4-3 wall 4-3.
Flash in the corner
Running man
was
stance.
scary.
He's got 1 meter now. He can kill her if he touches. Sonic Pound. He opens her
Oh
up.
my goodness.
It's looking bad for Harley.
Okay,
That's
look
it.
at the life bars right now, stream. This match opened with Harley doing a big combo into resetting the bomb off these wires and took basically half of Flash's life. But this game is so momentum-based, once Flash got all up in that booty, it was over.
That's why I love this game.
Over.
Everyone has their own dirty stuff.
However,
Any character can win.
there is nothing that says that Harley can't turn this around immediately and get her
Right.
own momentum going. It's crazy.
This new patch is amazing.
Yes.
It's so balanced. Any character can win. Ever since the patch, we've been seeing wacky characters in top 8s.
Shout outs to NRS for that patch.
Thank you, Paolo.
Huge. Shout outs to Paulo.
Shout outs to everybody.
Shout outs
Hector when he was on staff.
Shout outs to Tyler. Everyone over there at NRS. You
Rational
guys do
Jim
great
worked on the
stuff.
game
Rational Jim, 16-bit
himself.
slips.
16-bit, all
Shout
those
outs to
guys.
Shogun of Live. Everyone that worked over there.
Thank you.
Yes, this patch has been huge. The only Superman we've seen was a counter pick. Aquaman is not here again. Black Adam's not here again.
You
All
know-
these other characters. Look, How far into the game are we?
Every
We're
top tier,
we're
I lose to
9
them.
months into this game's life. 3 characters made their first major top 8s in a
Right.
game that's almost a year old. That's
lose to all of them.
huge for the
They're all bad
variety.
matches.
Very. And Hawk Girl won a major.
Yes. Oh, the zoning gets blown up by jump 1. Johnny Cage combos.
Cross up 4-3.
Good block.
He knew it.
And push blocks out. Oh, down 2.
Like Aquaman.
Her down
the
2
one
is very
that
interesting because
three.
it has
The
2
other
hits.
ones
It can
are
break
just
armor.
really
Oh my god, the
6'4".
bomb.
He does the trade.
Trade
So
bomb.
6'4",
Shades of
right?
McCuddy Mayhem.
Shout out to
Say, for
McCuddy. We
example,
wish he could be here this weekend.
I
That a
actually
Ja
punish
Rule
you for
lookalike
it.
contest.
I
He could
get
not be
my
here.
punish. I get
You love that.
Murderer.
Pop pops.
Setup is Aquaman.
No
because,
punish.
You know, everything he
Oh,
has, plus
instant
now
jump back
his
gun.
trait.
God, that's such a good overhead, and
Here's the
Saltface
funny
uses
part.
it better
If
than
you catch a
anyone.
chance one to
Push
Aquaman,
block,
he
you do
trades
not
you,
want flash
full
out in the
combo
corner.
punish.
Oh, push blocks are
You
back
do
Down
it.
two.
Close the deal.
1-1.
Oh my
Back
goodness. Ooh. The push
I
block
would say a
metagame.
matchup that's
Saltface
considered- I
push
consider
blocks Herald out because you
five.
don't want flash out you in the corner.
Harley doesn't have Clash. Oh, wait, she does. She
She
does.
does,
She
but
does. She does.
she's down on meter.
She is.
I love that Herald then immediately push
No
blocks her
trade.
right back in.
Can't zone.
Ooh.
Oh,
I see what he was
no.
trying to do there.
I do
That
too,
was smart,
this
but it didn't
is
work out for him.
Smart
Guns,
stuff.
This is no way I'm going to be able to compete with that.
Ooh, big jump.
He has
Jump
one.
one.
So,
Stuffs the meter burn
wake up
guns.
tantrum.
Harley has the meter advantage now. She can get some health back.
I say
She wants
she
to use-
uses
she wants to use a
all
meter
of this
burn
meter
touch
right here.
with
Oh no,
frame
she's stealing
advantage
damage from
block.
Flash.
You get a
Yeah, she
frame
used it
block.
all
You
because
get
she.
full
Flash
damage.
Clash.
Oh
Or even
God!
you reflect all of those-
That's
And
it.
just like
One,
that,
1, 2.
again, Flash had her in the corner. It was
All
looking
three of them.
awful for Saltface. You were in the Flash pressure. Saltface turns it around immediately. This game is so
Now,
momentum
what's gonna
based,
happen
especially when you're
is,
getting played at a level like
I'm
these
gonna
two
throw
guys.
a
It's
cupcake.
great.
She's gonna absorb them, and we're still at neutral.
Ooh, running
If I
man
touch
in.
this side, I get sold. So
Here we go. The
pretty
pressure,
much.
the 50-50s.
the only way to
Johnny
win
Cage
one-
combo.
one, one,
The
one,
Raven
one.
player screws up somehow. Or B,
Flash
I
switches.
manage
Oh
to
my
somehow
God!
win.
This invulnerability on Silly Slide.
Is he missing those tackles? Is that what's happening there?
Oh, the torpedo
At the
again?
end, the
I am
torpedo
not
to
sure.
end it.
I don't know if there's
I'm
a
not
setup.
sure if there's a setup or he's missing those.
I don't know enough
That's
about
the only
Herald's
chance I really
particular
have in that
Flash
matchup.
play to
He's
say that
I
either
gotta-
way.
very
I
different
have
Flash
to
player.
corner
Yeah,
her. If I
absolutely. He
don't
uses
corner
running
her,
man better than
I'm
anyone
gonna
I've
lose.
seen.
Right.
In fairness, I haven't seen them all, so I'm not just trying to slight other Flash players.
Right. And he's clearly doing it right.
Yeah.
He made it to winner's top 8.
Exactly.
that's
I'm
who
just
I,
saying I haven't seen anyone else
that's
so
who
far.
I
Here we go.
basically
Push block out.
trained to the
but
point
not
in the Harley
enough.
matchup
Ooh,
where
for
since
three
I couldn't
pressure.
even beat him with Harley even.
Nice thought by
He was kind of
Saltface
the
to
first- he was
backdash the
first
guaranteed
person that
pressure
actually
there,
made me pick
but
up
he did a
Doomsday.
very
He didn't
meaty
stand a
string.
chance in the tournament.
Back 3.
Very,
Jump
very
2,
good.
jump 2, 1-1 poison. And Harley gets an extra 8% for
Oh
poisoning.
my goodness! And just when every time it looks like one of these players is in control, the other one turns. Oh my God!
Oh,
Dash of
no.
combo two.
No trait because he doesn't want her to clash and
Yep.
waste his trait.
Good decision.
In the corner. No 4-3. Tries to
push
cross up
blocks
jump.
into the corner.
Because I can.
Will
I
he
can
throw this
kill
barrel?
Zara.
Will someone throw
So
a
I can't
barrel?
wake
She
up.
had to clash.
She had
that.
to. She had to. We would have seen more
And
Johnny
I
Cage.
have
And
one
yes,
that
and now
outreach
you are
as
in
well.
that
Like my
dangerous
back
territory.
outreach
If
all the time.
Flash
No.
touches me,
You're going to die.
it's
He doesn't have a
over.
meter.
Ooh, he spent it all to do
He
damage.
did.
Battle.
He does not have a meter right now, but when he gets one and he hits a meter burn,
Oh no!
uh-oh, meter burn kicks.
It changes everything.
There it
Oh,
is.
there
That's
it
good.
is.
That's a match.
Johnny Cage, Johnny Cage, Johnny Cage,
Tackle.
Johnny Cage,
Tackle.
Johnny Cage.
There it is.
Torpedo.
He got it. He got the torpedo.
The back and forth between these two. You've got two amazing players
Harold's got
and
the
their
s-
training partners.
Harold has a stare of death on right now.
Whoa, were you calling him Tokido? Murderface?
He reminds
That's
me
racist.
of the villain
There's a
from
thing
Rush
about
Hour.
Harley too. I also feel.
Is that racist?
That's
I
also
said compared
racist.
to a lot of the
sorry.
other
You were out of
characters in the
control.
game who have like
Talk
really
about-
crazy
Don't
dirt.
call Kotaku.
I was like,
How much
Harley
you're a
really
jerk.
doesn't have dirt.
Oh,
Me,
God, that jump
he
back
probably,
gun.
like, to me,
Saltface
was,
uses it
like, the
so
most
well.
honest
It's an
character in the
instant
game,
overhead.
in my
You're
opinion.
constantly being checked.
All I have
And I know it's only
the most-
4%,
the
but
most
there it is.
crazy thing you say I
It
have
gets
is
so annoying, and you can't move. And here you go.
Obviously,
Oh,
you gotta-
no.
Tries to cross up 4-3.
And it's Jim.
Jim, Jim, Jim,
You gotta shoot
Jim,
it.
Jim, 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 Jim,
Jim.
James. 52%. Good damage.
Push block. Oh, blows up the running man with back two. So good. 4-3 mix up. Oh, drops a combo.
Gets the torpedo.
Oh, good.
Oh, now Saltface has time to think while he sits on the magic
I don't know
pixel.
if he wanted that. This stage is notorious for having a huge radius to get a transition.
Oh, yeah, that
And
elevator.
it happens all the time where you wanted to
neutral.
hit them into the corner, but
I
they
don't get
actually
any
get
advantage
transitioned out.
So
Oh, God.
it's a guessing game.
Push blocks
for
him back
you
into the
and
corner.
me at the same
Harley's on that
time
magic
because
pixel. We know what someone
I have
can
to
do
make
with
a
the
read
magic
on what you're
pixel.
going to do
Oh, my
next. Like
goodness.
if I think someone's going to try meter burn back 3,
Harold
right
being
after
very
the frame
situation. Ooh.
My way to beat that, I
Okay,
would have to
Harold
let a down
on the
two
verge.
or
He's
something
on the
like
last
that.
life bar. Saltface is fighting
Or,
for his
you know, if I
life,
think you're gonna
using
try-
Pop-Pops
or if I
liberally.
think you're not
If you
gonna
don't
do
know,
anything,
Pop-Pop
then
has
I'll,
a
like,
10%
poke my
chance
down
of
one or
getting a
something.
dud,
My
and
down
it
one's
is
actually
a
+1 on block,
awful
so.
3-second cooldown if you get a dud, and he's getting. Oh man,
Yeah, Harley down
that
with
would be
7
heartbreaking.
frames and
Man.
+1 on
Happened to
block.
Katana Prime yesterday, actually.
I saw that. I was very salty for him.
Uh-oh.
No trade, no
He
trade.
elects to keep. Oh, God,
down
these
one.
corners.
These hitboxes on
Oh,
these
my
transitions.
goodness. However, this
I
is
hit
good
down
news for
one,
Harold.
it
He's
is.
got a ton of
Obviously,
unclashable, but
down
at the
one
same
time.
time, he probably wanted her in the corner.
But
We'll see how
they
this
both
all-
still
Pretty
have
good at
clash.
confirming that.
Also, where's Batman? Why are they in the back cave?
What is going on here with all the Batman stages?
That's true.
Forever King is destined to
what
win
most
this
people
game.
don't
clearly-
realize?
oh
People
my
complain
God.
about Batgirl's damage.
Actually,
We're getting nothing but Batman stages.
Shout outs to a non-player random who I know.
My
Oh,
most
the big
damaging
overhead.
combo, if you
There's a
encounter the poison
non-player
to me,
random
need to burn play
who
off with
I
one bar in
am
the
friends
corner,
with
I can
who's
at
watching
least
today. Her name is
58%.
Elise, and she loves Batman more than anyone ever. She's probably super
And no one
excited for the
realized-
Batman stages.
Again?
And there it is. Oh, Harley.
Wow, we just saw 3 transitions
So, oh my goodness.
in one match.
Goodness gracious.
That's huge.
Like I said,
Oh,
most
the
of
last
time,
handshake, is it 2 to
you
2
gotta
right
figure
now?
it too at the same
Yeah,
time.
again,
Not many people
it's just like
still
Saltface
fight
and
Harley
Pig.
to
The
this
AK
day.
salute.
I'm like probably the only one.
When you get to top 8. Oh, this
Like,
is how a
like,
previous
think
match started.
about fighting
Dash in,
tournaments,
blown up
you
by
do.
down 1 into the reset. And then Harold immediately went to work. How will Saltface stop that from happening this time? Lots of jumping.
Ooh, she gets caught in the wires, and he was ready for it.
Good
You know,
convert.
a lot of people are not ready to adjust their combos to those
I will
wires.
tell you one person who's not. Me. I hate the wires.
I'm right there with you.
Excellent jump 2 from Harley, though. That's
Jump
a great
two,
move,
jump
and he
two.
uses it well.
1-1 poison. Drops the
Ooh,
poison.
Whiffs the play
That would have
doctor.
been 8% with the meter burn. Unscaled.
Like, I've actually been working a lot with Eevee these
Being
days.
very patient, does not want to eat a
'cause,
gunshot.
I'm
Oh, with
actually-
a
I'm actually trying
toe.
to get him through that transition. To go
Very
Harley,
good.
'cause I feel he
First
can do
round
it.
from Saltface here.
Just does raw trade. Shout outs to McCuddy.
Oh, she lowers her hitbox immensely during that. Patience, patience. Saltface just wants to zone him out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to
Sonic
tell
Pound
you the
whiffs.
other things that Harley can do in the corner. This is
Tantrum.
Oh,
Lots of
big
cartwheel.
major league
Jim,
punish.
Jim, Jim,
found out the
Jim,
setup that you
Jim,
can,
Jim,
Harley
Jim,
can
Jim,
actually
Jim,
work your way into the
James.
corner very
No
similarly
life lead
to,
is
like,
safe
Doom.
against. Oh my goodness, the forward 3. She thought she was getting out. He delayed it.
Off of,
That's
1-1
smart
two
stuff.
fingers.
Oh!
Oh, he wasn't ready to adjust there.
Forward
He
Oh,
wasn't
but
ready.
another
silly
big
shot.
combo.
Time it right. Wake up will reverse.
Harley with
This
the wager.
match, every one of these is like this, the back and forth. This was absolutely in Saltface's favor, and Harold has just run it back. Oh, he tried to get out of the pop-pops. Oh my God, she's
I still
due
stay
for
in
a
front of you,
dud.
so if
I
your
don't
wake
want
up
to
comes
jinx it,
out,
but she
like,
is due for a
basically
dud.
after the
Oh
fact,
my
Uh-oh.
goodness.
Oh no.
Good punish. Oh,
4-3. Cross
oh
under.
my
Did
God,
he
the
just confirm that?
convert.
Did he
Oh
just
my
confirm
God,
that?
the convert.
my
Oh,
God.
but
She can do
there's
this anywhere.
I wasn't ready.
this is
You know how
huge. She's gonna
Suzanne
take. I bet you she
can do
wastes
this
all the
command grab and
meter.
grab you
She
on
takes
frame
his life
one
and
for
zones
you.
him out.
Let's see.
And you can't.
I like
Oh,
that. Just shoot him.
no.
Pop pops.
Doctor
Guns.
can do the same.
We got guns, jump
Oh
guns.
my.
Forward guns, meter burn guns, jump guns.
The patience.
Pop pop.
Yeah.
Open
you're-
up
I'm waiting for a jump gun. There it is.
Oh.
There it is. Let's go.
Gonna eat that for free. You
Saltface
can't jump
came
out
in
of
in
it.
losers, and
That's
he's
it.
now
You
got
can't meter burn
3
back free on
wins,
frame
looking
one. Game
too
won't let
strong.
you do that.
Harley Quinn, is she broke? Paulo,
You
we
can't
need to talk about this.
You can't crouch.
Does Harley
you
need
can't backdash? So your only option is wake up or eat it.
Man, that's crazy. So is that like kind of where she wants to be, is in the corner in most of her matchups, or like is it kind of combination between corner and zoning, or she just kind of fair everywhere, or?
To me, it's still like I said. It all depends on the matchup. Like some matchups, I want to get you cornered. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can limit your options. Other matchups, it's like I want to keep it, center screen. Like against Batgirl, for example. And people ask me this: why do I play Batgirl with Harley instead of like Doomsday or something?
Yeah.
And I said it like this: you know how of course, every character in the game's got their zoning tools, but their recovery when they use a move like that is kind of slow. She can teleport on you, right?
Yeah.
I would say I'm the only character in the game that I can still fire my guns, and Batgirl can't just like teleport on me. She has to make a read to teleport on me. Can't do it on reaction. I'm gonna block.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because your zoning just recovers that fast. Then.
Exactly. And that's why, to this day, I still play Harley in that matchup. I can make Batgirl play neutral game, which Sonic Fox is the only one that's proven he can play a neutral game with Batgirl now.
Yeah.
Pre-
They say that the neutral game is kind of her weak point. So.
Yeah, exactly. If I could force Batgirl players to play there, that's where I usually beat them.
That makes sense. and then yeah, you get him in the damage, and then keep him out. And
Exactly. Force another mistake, and like pretty much Harley's main bread and butter center screen. Now, if you start off with jump two into 2-2, cancer stance one, back three, jump three, 1-1-2, 41% meterless.
nice, that's
And the
awesome.
and the cool part is I get a choice of what I want to do after the hard knockdown. I could silly slide in on the hard knockdown, and I'm instantly in your face after ending with 1-1-2. I could throw a meaty cupcake bomb and start zoning.
Can you do like the 1-1-2 into the meter burn cupcakes, and then does that make the silly slide a little bit better when you're coming in, or like does that
Yeah,
guarantee you a mix up off it, or?
it basically what it does, it guarantees the safety of me silly sliding in. That there's no way you can punish it.
Will that OTG them for cupcakes?
It doesn't OTG, but like you know how once they stand off of a hard knockdown, it forces a block if you don't wake up.
Right.
That's what'll happen.
Okay, gotcha. So free pressure type situation. So that's not too bad.
Exactly. Or like I said, if you're somebody I want to zone out, I can just keep applying zoning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Use it to kind of get away. What about her?
Yeah, exactly.
What about her trait? Like, how do you usually use her trait? Do you find it useful? Are there certain setups with it?
I don't use many setups with a trait. The only one I really use is if I do a combo and like if I do a combo like center screen and I'll end it with a 1-2 or something like that in the air,
Right.
and then I hit trait. Now this is the cool part what most people don't know. Okay, two out of the three options, since they buffed the trait, recovery on the flower and the Joker picture. Here's the cool part. Let's say you thought Dynamite was coming out and you try to do a wake up, right?
Right.
If I got the flower to Joker picture on this setup that I do, I'm gonna block your wake up.
Oh, really?
If the Dynamite comes out, okay, then you'll get out of Dynamite. But if I get one of the other two, I'm just gonna block. You probably get punished depending on the character.
Yeah, that makes sense. Interesting. I've never really seen that before. Hmm. Okay, that's good to know. Um, so what kind of advice would you give to any aspiring Harley players, people looking to pick up the character, or people just trying to get better with her?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is practice, practice, and more practice. It's gonna like Harley is how can I put it? She's a simple character and can be pretty easy to play, but this is what I say. Probably one of the most difficult characters to win with in the game. Because how's the way I could put it? You know how, like I said, you got characters that got their little gimmick trains they can run on people, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a gimmick train like that. The way I always said it, I was like, that's me out there. That's not Harley, that's me on the screen. Okay?
I like that.
So whatever you see Harley doing on the screen, that is me doing that. Okay?
Makes sense. Yeah, I'm assuming just does she. I'm assuming she needs to know like matchups inside and out. I know that she's got that. Is it a 6 frame standing one or?
Yeah, my standing one 6 frames.
See, there's probably a few matchups where you can kind of combo in between strings or punish something that's fairly safe. Some practice or.
Yeah, exactly. Like here's something you probably didn't know. Like let's say you know how Superman does his wake up scoop or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you wanna know how Harley Quinn has to punish that? You would think like maybe back to two would reach, right? No, it doesn't because of Superman's hitboxes. That normal doesn't reach him.
Oh yeah, because I guess he kind of leans forward to do the scoop.
Here's the funny part. I have to use forward. I have to do forward one, then tantrum stance, but I can get a punish on that.
That seems awkward. That's weird.
I know. Like little things. It's like little things like that. Like I said, it's real awkward little things like that. But it's a lot of training mode and just a lot of trying things out and figuring stuff out. And that's one of the things I would tell any aspiring Harley player. Now I would say the second thing, you know how people got all their flashy, and like how can I put it, swag like stuff, right?
Yep.
My opinion, throw that crap out of the window. That doesn't work with Harley. Don't try to be swaggish. Do everything optimal if you can.
Really?
Because I feel that character, like, when I combo someone, I always go for the optimal combo or the optimal damage whenever I can, or an optimal setup.
Right.
I don't do anything. I don't do anything flashy or swaggish, even though I could, but I don't.
Playing on the safe side.
Like if I'm punishing someone, I want to make them feel it. Okay?
Yeah, you want to make them think twice about trying to attack again.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
and that's something, like the Harley players or whatever, we actually have a private PM that me and all the Harley players are part of, and I explain this to them a lot.
Right.
Well, I was like, the character's not swaggy. This character, I was like, relies on very solid fundamentals to win. You have to be a smart player.
Yeah. Interesting. How big exactly is the Harley community? Like, how many Harley players are there?
There aren't many of us left, to be honest, because most people, I'm not gonna lie, have given up on the character because they'll look at other characters in the game. Why should I have to work this hard or whatever?
Yeah.
So they'll just like switch to others. But I would say there's probably about maybe 8 or 10 of us left.
That's not a bad number. Still a good amount of people getting a discussion going and kind of help each other out. So
Yeah,
that's good. Will you be taking Harley up to KIT next week?
yeah, I'll be taking her there.
Nice. I'm excited to watch that tournament. Outside of yourself, who do you think has a chance of taking that tournament?
I say at this point in the game, it could be anybody. You never know at this point, and especially since Sonic Fox not going to be there, so we're guaranteed to have somebody else win for
Yeah,
once.
that's a nice change of pace, isn't it?
Yeah. Now last year at KIT, remember I did get top three over there.
Yeah, yeah, that was. I remember watching that, and it was you, Max, and Forever King, right? Were the top three?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, that was hype, man. I think that was one of your best showings to date, in my opinion. You played really well.
Like people, you know what I always told people was some of the craziest things ever. Like what I was doing over there was, you know how Flash's forward dash is really fast, right?
Yeah.
You actually could look back at those videos and you see I'm punishing Flash's forward dash on reaction with down one tantrum stance.
I remember watching it, and some of the stuff you were doing was just incredible. I couldn't believe that you were hitting it all. So intense.
And I was gonna say some other stuff with Harley too at the same time. Here's some little cool neat things that somebody probably didn't know about. Did you know Harley can actually has a way to stuff like Sinestro's Wake Up or Arachnid Sting?
Really? How?
If I do a 1-1-2 combo ender and I immediately go into Silly Slide, if I time a neutral jump 2 just right before the Arachnid Sting will hit me out of the air, it'll stuff it.
Damn. Because
You can,
Sinestro needed more options to blow him up on Wake Up.
and here's another one. That setup actually beats Green Lantern's lift. Also, Wonder Woman's lasso spin gets beat also if you time it right.
Wow. So are you hitting it up before the hurt box is activated on the move, or like does the Wake Up actually whiff and then you punish it?
I'm hitting him right before the hitboxes activate. It's a very tight frame window. Is there?
Okay.
It's kind of like how you could stuff all the Zod's wake ups if you time everything right before it hits you. Same concept.
Yeah. Makes
But
sense.
check this out. The reason Zod has no wake ups is because I can use back to 2 to blow up every single wake up he has. So he can't even parry me.
Oh yeah, yeah, because the parry is only at its highs. So damn.
And don't forget my back to 2 is considered a projectile.
Is it really? I didn't know that. I thought it was
Yeah.
considered a physical hit. That's
Mm-mm.
interesting.
It's considered a projectile because if Joker try low parry, it doesn't work.
Oh. Gives Harley a bit of an advantage there. That's crazy. Yeah, I played Eevee the other day with Killer Frost, and I was trying to parry him, and he just kept doing the back two two with Harley. Like that was like all that he ever did was back two two, and it just negated the parry, so I just kind of stopped doing it. I thought it was a good strategy.
Yeah, because like I said, pretty much, like I said, that norm is considered a projectile, so parries will not work against it.
Yeah, interesting, man. Okay, so we're hitting close to the end of the time here. So any shoutouts you want to give before we call our day here?
Hmm. There are so many shout outs I'd like to give, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple.
Go for it, man. You got the
I'll just
floor.
say I give shout outs to anyone and everyone out there who is, ever supported me, always believed in me, and always felt that I could, I could achieve greatness basically. Even when I doubted myself. And
Awesome.
that's a lot of people out there.
I'm sure all those people know who they are. That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show with me, Saltface. I appreciate it. I hope everyone got enough info about Harley, and maybe we'll see some more Harley players popping up now.
I would love to have more Harley players, man. I was like, where they all go?
Yeah, man. Well, they're hopefully pop up after listening to this. I'll try some. I'm gonna go to the lab and try some of the stuff that you're talking about because it sounds pretty fun. I'll send you a friend request, and we will see you online sometime soon.
All right, man. You
All
have a good
right.
night.
Yeah, you too. Take care, man.